Santos A. Perez of the Perez Law Firm, njlawcounsel.com. Getty Images, as well as a group of artists, earlier this year filed a class action lawsuit against a company called Stability AI because of a program called Stable Diffusion. Stable Diffusion, it's what's called a generative AI model, which basically generates something based on an input called a prompt. Now, I happen to have designed generative AI models as part of my University of Texas deep learning experience and curriculum. And I've also designed something called the CNN, which is not the news network, convolutional neural network. So I am familiar with the details of how these models work. And my legal opinion, based on my technical knowledge and having programmed deep neural networks, is that these models are not infringing on the copyright rights or the intellectual property rights of Getty Images or the artists. And the reason for that is relatively straightforward. This is fair use. You can have, copyright law permits limited use of copyrighted material, for example, to comment on it and for news purposes. And in this case, a very compelling argument can be made that these models, in particular the Stable Diffusion model, in fact, is not reproducing any of these images. It's only learning from them, and it never reproduces the entirety of the image. What it does instead is it takes a group of images that fit a particular prompt, and it finds a pattern within these images, and then it learns something, and a pattern will be something in common among all of these images, and then it learns how to reproduce an image which may resemble the original work, but it is not exclusively tied to that work. It is actually tied to a number of other images that the network has been trained on and has learned from. And Stable Diffusion basically takes the prompt, generates an image, but it does so based on having learned from these copyrighted images from Getty Images or the artist. This is in fact fair use. That is my present contention at this point. This may change once I look at the data or the corpus used to train these models with a little bit more scrutiny. But intuitively, the straightforward argument is that this is not copyright infringement. I expect these arguments to be made. Maybe they'll have some experts. Of course, I'm available if they would like to consult me. I'm probably the only attorney who can design a neural network, so I understand this quite well. And let's see how it goes. I'll make a part 2 of this video, go into a little bit more detail, and hopefully we'll decipher this puzzle and come up with an objective view that and makes sense. Attorney Santos A. Perez of the Perez Law Firm, njlawcounsel.com, 25 years of legal experience. Call me 201-875-2266. I do complex civil litigation and criminal litigation in both state and federal courts, and I'm here at your service, whatever you need. Thank you so much.